Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Hopkinton High School turf fields for Hopkinton Hillers varsity field hockey. As this evening, Hopkinton takes on the Medfield Warriors in a cross TVL matchup. The Hopkinton Hillers 4-4-1 on the season. Medfield Warriors are 7-1-1. Tom Nappy, happy to be on the call with you today. John Ritz on camera, and it's a beautiful day out there for some Hopkinton Hillers field hockey. And a big matchup for both of these teams here today. Medfield, they won their first 7 games of the season, but in their last 2 have faced some tough competition, and they ended up losing to a very good Norwood team back on September 25th by a final of 1-0. And then in their last game, a tie against a tough, gritty Dedham team, a 0-0 tie in that one. So they are looking to get back in the win column here today. As for the Hopkinton Hillers, they have been on quite a run as of late, as they have won 3 of their last 4 games and got standings points in their last 4. It all started back on September 16th, where they took down Ashland by a final of 3-2. They then went on to beat Medway by a final of 2-1. And then after that, a tie against a very tough Natick team. And that was certainly a well-earned tie there, a 1-1 tie. And then they were able to take down Bellingham here at home, a game that we had for you here on HCAM by a final of 3-2. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call for what should be a great matchup. The Medfield Warriors moving over to the TVL Small this season. The Hopkinton Hillers, of course, out of the TVL Large. And the Hillers looking to continue that point streak, as when you think about it, it's quite impressive, as at one point they're all the way back at 1-4, and now 4-4-1 on the season, and they are certainly right in the mix for a playoff spot, as they are just about ready to take the field. And we'll talk about the MIAA seedings as well during the broadcast. We just got the update of those as well. But it is an absolutely beautiful day out there for this field hockey battle. Temperature, the HCAM Weather Center reading at 62 degrees. It is nice and sunny out there on the field, which certainly is making it a little bit warmer out there at field level. The Hillers have taken the field. They are in their home white jerseys, and they will be working right to left across your screen. Medfield Warriors in the baby blue away jerseys with white numbering, and up along the near side. And it'll stay with the Hillers. Over to the far side now. Hillers trying to work it up the sideline. Avery Quebec puts it into play. And she'll take it 25 yards back. Here comes Medfield now. And she'll take it 25 yards back. I apologize. Had a couple of technical struggles here in the early couple of minutes of this game. Hopefully those will subside and our stream will be just fine. Hiller is working it up the sideline. Apologize, had a couple of minutes of and our stream will be just fine. Hiller's putting it into play. Wynn gets it over to Souza. Up along the far side. Wynn gets it over to Souza. Medfield trying to cut in. And it's going to go back to the Hillers. Up along the far side. And we apologize, folks, having some audio difficulties, it looks like. We're going to try to work on that. So there may not be a whole lot of commentary in the next couple of minutes as we're keeping an eye on some streaming difficulties here, trying our best to make sure everything works out well. Up along the near side now. And put out of play. And a steal there by Elena Vallis. Vallis sends it up. Up along the near side now. And put out of play. Looking across it is Vallis. Out in front. And it'll go back to Medfield. Up the field they go. Tenley Wynn looking to cut in. 9:16 left to go in the first quarter. Hiller's trying to work it up the far sideline. Mary Finnegan with it. And at a play. Hiller's trying to work it into Medfield territory. As this evening, Hopkinton takes on the Medfield Warriors. Here comes Medfield looking for a breakaway. And there to take it away, Zoe Adams. Adams going to send it up. We'll get a stoppage here. It'll stay with the Hillers. Avery, Quebec with it. And along the end line at a play goes the Medfield. Working the far side. Trying to take it in. There's a shot deflected. Tenley Wynn with it. Wynn sends it through, intercepted. Goes back to Medfield. Rose McKenty sends it up into the box, and penalty corner for Medfield. Sent into play. There's a shot just off the mark. Good power there by Annie Fratolillo. Tenley Wynn going to send it over. Hillers coming up the far side. Medfield gets it back. And it's going to stay with the Warriors. Out in front of the box. And it'll go Hiller's way. Maybe Kelly puts it into play. Hillers coming up field. And Durante going to be contested by Cecilia Crosby. Warriors have it. Trying to work their way in. Caroline Kloutman with it. Sent up by Zoe Adams. Medfield looking for some pressure. Out along the shooter area, now into the box, sent away. Rose McKenty with it, and she'll put that one off of Durante. And intercepted from Interante. It's going to stay with the Hillers, or Medfield rather, excuse me. Well, the Hillers, they got to find a way to clear the zone here. Medfield doing a good job at keeping control of this possession. And the Hillers will get the turnover. Under 2 minutes left to go in this opening quarter. Scoreless game between these two teams. Hopkinton Hillers, Medfield Warriors. Two teams that I think you'll likely see in the postseason. Medfield, they are very close to clinching a spot. Hillers, they have a few more wins to get, but if they keep playing the way they have, they should be able to get those. Taylor Interante working on the near side. Getting out in front, Mojave Kelly. Navy Kelly sends it up, out of play it goes. Well, for the Hillers, the key to their offense, it's been Elena Vallis, the freshman, 5 goals on the season. She has been absolutely tremendous in the attack zone. With it is Abby Burke, sends it back. Abby Burke was one of the 3 Hillers to have a goal in the Bellingham win last Wednesday for the Hillers. Out in front, and it's going to go to Hopkinton. In that game, it was Mary Finnegan, Tenley Wynn, and Abby Burke to net scores for the Hillers to capture the 3-2 victory over Bellingham, and that was actually their last game that they have played. So they've gotten 5-6 days off before this big matchup with Medfield, which I'm sure is nice. They had a very busy schedule last week, 3 games. That is sent out of play. They had the win on Monday the 18th against Medway, the tie against Natick. And a nice victory against Bellingham. And that'll do it for the first quarter. We are scoreless. After 1 to the second quarter we go. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Field Hockey on HCAM. Welcome back into the Hopkinton High School turf fields. We are ready for the second quarter. The scoreless game between the Hillers and the Medfield Warriors. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call. John Ritz on camera. A big TVL matchup here. Hillers out of the TVL large, Medfield out of the TVL small, and we'll take a look at the standings. And it is a very competitive TVL this season. It's been unbelievable. Along the near side, that is Tenley Wynn. It's going to stay with the Hillers, and Durante will put it into play. Sends it back to Wynn. Wynn collides with Allie O'Connell there. And getting through, Caroline Kloutman, as she's able to get by, then a collision with Kiara Souza. It'll go back Hiller way. Sent up by Abby Burke. Along the far side, Avery Quebec sending it up, trying to connect with Mary Finnegan. With it is Finnegan. Moves it up. And now here comes Tenley Wynn. Wynn trying to crash in. And it's going to go back to Medfield. Here comes the Warriors. Warriors on a quick break. Along the near side, Ali O'Connell, and getting in front of that one was Kira Souza. Tenley Wynn sends it over to the near side. Why don't we take a look at those TVL standings? TVL large, you got Norwood on top at 9-1-0. Dedham is in second at 6-1-2. Westwood 5-5-1. Hopkinton Hillers right in the mix at 4-4-1. Ashland Clockers 4-7-0. Holliston Panthers 3-6-1. So as you can see, a very competitive TVL large. TVL small also very competitive as the Hillers get the turnover. TVL small, you got Medfield at 7-1-1. Dover Sherborne right there at 5-3-1. Medway 4-5-0. Bellingham 3-7-1. So if you look across the TVL, pretty much every team in the TVL has a chance at a postseason spot. And a big chance if you look at the rankings. O'Connell trying to work her way up. Now with it is Tatum Powell, freshman for Medfield. Stays with the Warriors. A little bit of a false start there. .38 left to go in the second quarter. The game remains scoreless. Medfield looking for some more pressure. Well, the Hillers have found a way to get some good possession time, but they got to find a way to get an attack. Medfield on the attack here. That shot turned away. And a penalty corner drawn up. So Tatum Powell got into the shooter's circle and put it into the attack zone. A good deflection and save by Riley Curtin, but Medfield will have an opportunity here with the penalty corner. Put into play. Into the box. Wynn getting in there. Medfield maintaining control along the end line, and then at a play she goes. It'll go back to the Hillers. Good defensive stand there. Along the far side now. Zoe Adams will put it into play. The Hillers, they have a pretty tough matchup coming up after this game as well. They'll be taking on a very good Dover Sherborne team on the road. Medfield will be at Oliver Ames. So the schedule not getting any easier for these two teams, and it's really just a hard schedule all throughout the TVL this season. As Solana Dolan trying to get it by, it's taken back by the Hillers. Vallis trying to come across with it. Medfield maintains as they get it back. Ali O'Connell crosses it over and swiped out by Zoe Adams. Alana Dolan will put it into play. The junior with it. Dolan sends it into the attack area. Adams brushes it out. Vallis trying to get the juggle going there. Sent up by Crosby. Getting it back, Burke. Burke trying to work her way through. Medfield trying to close in, and a miscommunication there on that pass is going to draw a penalty corner opportunity for Medfield. An errant pass there by Tenley Wynn. Cecilia Crosby set to send it in. From up top, and it was a whistle before that shot. Violation, Hiller ball. Wynn trying to decide where to go with it. Sends it over. And to Medfield it goes. Sent back. Into the box and wide of the net. Long midfield. Maybe Kelly sending it back as the Warriors try to switch it up. They're looking to take it up the far side that time, and Kira Souza, nice job getting in the way there. Here comes the Hillers looking for an attack. Hopkinton looking to find their way in. Sent out in front, there's a shot, and it is in. Abby Burke with the score. What a start for the Hillers. They're able to find some space in the box. And a beauty of a feed to Abby Burke, and she is able to put it in. At 6:43 left to go in the first quarter. Second quarter, excuse me. So the Hillers strike first. At 6:43 in the second quarter. I'll tell you, if the Hillers could pull off a win here, that'll really set them up in the great shape, but they certainly a long way to go in this game, but good start for the Hillers. And that's been really one of the keys to their success. Their shooting has just been very precise, and when they get into the attack zone, they're able to make some noise. Sent up by Dietrich Nicolaputi. And now Mary Finnegan finding some room. Finnegan over to the far side. And it was put out of play by Medfield. Side in Hillers. Kira Souza puts it into play. Medfield looking to clear the zone. With it is Alana Dolan. Sent up now by Emerson Foster. Warriors get it back. Here comes Tatum Powell. Moves it up. Kate Williams contesting Brooke Malmquist along the near side. It'll be sided Medfield. Five minutes and counting left to go in the second quarter. Dolan moves it in, intercepted by Vallis. Oh, taken back by Medfield. Battle for it. That was a good take back there by Mavie Kelly. Kelly sends it over. Burke got a piece of it. Back and forth we go here along the near side. It'll go to the Hillers. Good win there by Vallis. And a nice takeaway by Emerson Foster. She was able to get the stick out in front. Goes back to Medfield now. Well, these two teams are absolutely battling out there. You're going to get a lot of this back and forth, and both teams, they are not giving much room to work with, and they are contesting every possession. And that's what you would expect in a crucial TVL matchup like this. Avery Quebec sends it over. Nicola Pudi swipes it over to the far side. And Durante trying to work into the attack area. Stays with the Hillers. And take it out once again. And Durante this time going to go back to Souza. It looks like we're going to get a warning here. Trying to hear what the officials saying down there, but some kind of warning given out to Medfield, I believe. 5-yard warning. Stays with the Hillers. 3 minutes and counting left to go. Well, Medfield feeling perhaps a little anxious to get the ball back after the Hillers are able to strike. Mary Finnegan with it, looking to close in. Sends it across towards the net. And the Hillers draw up a penalty corner opportunity. So the injector is going to be Mary Finnegan. Finnegan sends it in. Up top, Vallis. Looking for the shot here, deflected in the attack area and put in! Another score for the Hillers. Abby Burke makes it 2-0. Her second goal of the game. And the Hillers take advantage of the penalty corner opportunity at 2:01 left to go in the second quarter. Well, that was just a beauty right in front. It lands, and Abby Burke able to pop it in. Great start for the Hillers. This is what you want to do against a team like Medfield. Get going early and often. Here come the Hillers looking for another last-minute attack in the second quarter. Under 2 minutes left. Coming up the near side, Rose McKenty. Out of play it goes. Dietrich Nicolapudi sends it in. Goes back to Medfield. Approaching a minute left. Medfield trying to get into the attack area. Kicked away. Good goaltending there by Riley Curtin. McKenty with it. Crosses it over. And sent out. Dietrich Nicolapudi sends it over. And as you can see at the top of your screen, we got our nice new scoreboard. Big thank you to Mike Terosian for making that happen. Looks wonderful. And right now the score looking wonderful for the Hopkinton Hillers. 30 seconds and counting left to go in the second quarter. It's gonna go Medfield's way. They're going to move quickly here. 20 seconds left. Crosby sends it back into the box, and that was nearly put in, but then it is off the post. The long distance shot went, and then Medfield able to stuff it in with 12 seconds left in the quarter. Yeah, we're trying to get we're trying to find out who scored that. It was a whole lot of traffic in front of the net, so that certainly didn't help things. But at the halftime break, it's going to be a 2-1 game as Medfield able to put it in with 12 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And the Hillers, they still lead, but they certainly were hoping to go into the half with a shutout, but it'll be the Warriors within one as we head to the third quarter on HCAM. To start week 4 of the Hiller Fall 2024 season, girls soccer hosted Millis on Tuesday, September 24th, and got things going early and often. That was cleared by the keeper, Ella Maher. Millis led by head coach Steve Bigelow. Recupero takes a shot and nets one for a while, but they have really expanded and got a good amount of participants as of late. Into the box. There's a shot off the crossbar and in, and that is Alex Clark. Back to Nina. Here she comes. Nina TZ sends it over. Recupero with a shot, and off the deflection, the ball comes loose, and O'Connor pops it in. Oh, Mashad had a good opportunity there to grab her first goal of the season. Recupero, and with ease, puts it in to the left side of the net.
4 goals in the first half. The Hillers would end up taking the game 5-0. Maddie Recupero netted a pair of goals in the victory. The Hillers also captured road wins versus Bellingham and Algonquin and finished the week with 9 wins and 0 losses. On Wednesday, September 25th, Hiller Field Hockey hosted Bellingham, and it was a good back and forth battle.
Competitive battle here today. That's sent out, top of the circle. There's a shot, and it's in. What a nice score there for Bellingham. It's Vallis. Bellingham, they're keeping an eye on her. Here comes the Hillers, a 2-on-1. Finnegan approaching to the net, and she'll ring it in. Mary Finnegan with her 3rd goal of the season.
Bellingham nets 1 in the first quarter. Hillers responded in the second quarter. It was 1-1 into the halftime break.
Bellingham 3-6-0. Medway 1-5-0 in front of the net, kicked away. Bellingham on the attack. There's a shot towards the net and in. And Bellingham reclaims the lead. A lot of talent around the TVL. Out in front, and the Hillers looking to strike. Is that ball still loose? Yes, it is, and it's put in. So the Hillers even things up. Stick down there, able to block that pass. Out in front, into the attack area, and it's put in. Abby Burke with the score. And the Hillers have taken the lead.
Hillers net 2 goals in the third quarter following an early score by Bellingham, and it was a 3-2 Hiller lead heading into the fourth quarter.
Laputi sends it out. Cormier closing in. Wynn trying to move it up. And 5 seconds left. Bellingham, they have to work quick here. And that is going to do it.
A good defensive battle in the fourth quarter, and the Hillers hang on to take the game 3-2 and improve to 4 wins, 4 losses, and a tie on the season. That night, Hiller Girls Volleyball also hosted Bellingham. The Blackhawks of Bellingham entered the game undefeated at 8-0. Hillers were 7-4 coming into the game. Matt Clancy had the call of the intense back and forth action.
Track that one down. Nolan, big swing, nice. Sid kind of pops it up. Gabby has to track it down. Adriana adjusts, coming back over. Gabby just sends it deep. What a heads-up play by Gabby. Hopkinton takes set number 1, 25-17, 24-18. Still set point for Bellingham. That's in. Oh my.
Welcome back into the Hopkinton High School turf field. So we have confirmed it was Ava Thompson who scored the goal for Medfield with just 12 seconds left to go in the first half to make it a 2-1 game. And that's where we are entering this third quarter. We have switched ends. Hillers in the white, working left to right across your screen. Medfield in the light blue. Hillers have it along the far side. Vallis trying to move it up. Tom Nappy happy to be with you on the call for a crucial TVL matchup. John Ritz on camera. And as expected, it's been a battle between these two TVL rivals, both of which used to be in the TVL large. Medfield now in the TVL small due to school size. Dedham moving up to the TVL large this season. Hillers will have the side in. Trying to work it across that defensive front. It's taken away. Diving out is Curtin. And that was a great save there, as cutting in was Annie Fratellillo. Fratellillo was closing in, and that was just a great interception on the attempted pass by Kate Williams, and Curtin with a big save there. Warriors trying to put on some more pressure as they certainly got a big momentum boost going into the halftime break. Out in front, in the attack zone, looking to close in at a play. It looks like Medfield has, or it's going to be Hiller ball rather. Well, Medfield, I would say a little bit flat to start off this game. Wasn't getting much pressure, but then towards the end of that second quarter, especially when the Hillers netted that second goal, they had a sense of urgency, it seemed, and rushed into the box, and they were able to create pandemonium and slip one in just before the half. Fratellillo sends it over, and it's intercepted. Sent over by Tenley Wynn. Trying to work it up the near side, Quebec. And a play it goes. Side in for Kara Souza and the Hillers. Nice feed there to Finnegan. Finnegan gonna take it away. Here she comes. Trying to cross it over and up the arm of Adeline Caveney it goes. It's gonna stay with the Hillers. Erie Quebec with it. She was looking for Finnegan along the back line. Kira Souza sends it into play. Pass up the field by Crosby. Wynn trying to take it away. Medfield, they have other ideas, however. Sent over by Wynn. Along the far side, some back and forth here. Medfield working it up the sideline. Sent out into the attack area. Approaching the net, out in front. And it'll be a penalty corner opportunity for Medfield. .10-13 and counting left to go in this third quarter. Medfield getting some good pressure here in these early minutes of the second half. Looks like Ava Thompson will be the injector. Thompson sends it in. Sent over to the left of the shooter circle. Kicked out. And they'll get another opportunity. Sun starting to set here at the turf fields. Still a little bit of sun in the Hiller defensive zone. Thompson sends it in. Up top, looking for the shot. Oh, off the post. Goes Mavie Kelly out in front. Kelly looking to charge in. Sends it over. And another penalty corner drawn for Medfield. Third consecutive penalty corner. She moves it in up top. They're going to try it again into the box, and Curtin is down, and they'll get a fourth opportunity. Well, Medfield, they're doing a good job at keeping it away from the Hillers off these penalty corners and getting in to that shooter area. A little bit of a slow pass that time, and the Hillers able to tap it out. But here comes Fratellillo, and it's going to go Hiller way. Good goaltending by Riley Curtin. Souza battling Annie Fratellillo on the near side. Now trying to work it up, Quebec. Taken away by Cecilia Crosby. She moves it up. And now here comes Ava Thompson. Sends it over. Into the box, swiped out. It'll stay with Medfield. Out in front. And yet another penalty corner. Just under 7 minutes left in this quarter. Medfield racking up the penalty corner opportunities. Brooke Malmquist will send it in. Up top. Looking for the shot there. Some good defense. Able to get the deflection on the shot attempt by Kelly. And the Hillers going to win the possession. Well, that was a big stand by the Hillers as they were able to hold strong through 5 penalty corner attempts, 4 of which were in an exact row. Zoe Adams sends it up. Side in Medfield. And it'll go to the Hillers. It's going to go to the Hillers here. 5:44 and counting left to go. Can the Hillers get some pressure going? Quebec sends it up. I'll tell you, it's Coach Valencia and her assistants, Samantha Breen, Julia Collins. They've done a tremendous job with this team. Hillers, a relatively young team coming into the season, lost a couple of great athletes from last season's team, and they just get better every game. Zoe Adams puts it into play. Finnegan sends it across. There to poke it back into Hiller territory was Caveney. Here comes Medfield looking for some pressure. Good defensive stand there as Maddie Godfroy swipes it away. Maddie Godfroy, the defensive captain for the Hillers. Approaching 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Out in front. Looking to charge in, and that's deflected out of play. Another penalty corner opportunity coming up for Medfield. Their 6th one of the quarter. Looks like Brooke Malmquist will inject here. Yeah, Hillers, they had too many positioned in the net. So Abby Burke will move out. Malmquist sends it in. Top of the circle. And a good deflection there by the Hiller defense. Hillers get the possession. Nice pass by Finnegan looking for Quebec, but a little too much in front of her. Side in for Adeline Caveney. Caveney sends it over. Medfield looking to work back to the attack area. Ava Thompson with it. Thompson cutting in. Puts it in to the attack zone and deflected out of play. It is going to stay with Medfield. They'll take it 25 yards out. And there's a long distance shot deflected. Out of play it goes. That was Mavie Kelly. I believe it was Mavie Kelly who had the long distance shot at the end of the second quarter that would lead to the Ava Thompson goal to make it a 2-1 game. Not gonna lie, folks, I was reviewing the video at the half to try to confirm the assist and the goal score. The white numbers didn't make it easy. Medfield trying to cut in and penalty corner drawn up. 7th opportunity of the quarter for Medfield. Under 2 minutes left now. Can the Hillers continue to hold strong defensively? Brooke Malmquist will send it in. Sent over into the attack area. Curtin slides out. And the ball ended up out of play. Another good stand by the Hillers defense. Trying to work it up the far side was Durante. It's stolen away. Battle along the corner of the box. And how about an 8th time? Under a minute left to go in the quarter. And I think it's important to keep in mind that a quarter cannot end on a penalty corner. Ashlyn Ryan sends it in. There's a shot off the defender, a hard shot there, loose ball, out of play it goes. Ooh, that was a rough shot to take. It looked like off the shin. Good thing they got those shin guards on. Medfield trying to charge in once again here in the final seconds of the quarter. It'll go back to the Hillers. Along the near side, that is Fradalillo. And that is going to do it for the third quarter. It was a scoreless first quarter, a 2-1 second quarter in favor of the Hillers, and a scoreless third quarter. And as we head to the fourth frame, it is the Hillers 2, Medfield 1. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Field Hockey on HCAM. HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by Bill's Pizzeria Kitchen and Grill, located at 14 Main Street. Find them online at mybillspizza.com.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toon Time has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toon Time, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.
Welcome back into the Hopkinton High School turf fields. Tom Nappy on the call, John Ritz on camera. It has been an absolute battle between these two teams. A 2-1 Hiller lead as we enter the fourth quarter, and we are underway. Hillers in the white, working left to right across your screen. Medfield had 8 penalty corner opportunities in the third quarter. And the Hillers are going to have to, I think, change that here in this fourth quarter if they want to keep this lead. But Medfield, they are just finding ways to get into the attack zone. Here they go again. Out in front. Shot off the defender. And the Hillers are able to hold. Great job by the defender taking over the net. Curtin kind of dove out as the ball was to her right. And we'll see if the Hillers can get it into Medfield territory for a bit in this quarter. As they work up the near side, Quebec. I want to say that was Zoe Adams who got into the net and was able to hold Medfield off. Souza sends it over and swiped out of the danger zone there by Mavie Kelly. Hillers looking to charge in. Finnegan sends it over. Medfield looking to clear, and they will for now. Tenley winning a battle. It's going to go to Medfield. Up the middle they go. Now taking it over to the far side. They got some space. That is Allie O'Connell sending it over. Over to the shooter circle. And just wide of the net. Another good possession by Medfield, as that was Caroline Kloutman, the junior, just put it wide of the net. Long distance shot just wide by Navy Kelly. Well, the midfielder, Navy Kelly, a senior, certainly not afraid to try those long distance shots, and she puts them pretty much right on target. And it was Kelly's long distance shot at the end of the second quarter that led to that Ava Thompson goal. Fortunately for the Hillers, they maintain the lead. Just under 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Elena Vallis sends it back over to Quebec. Back to Vallis now. Well, Medfield, they're watching Elena Vallis quite a bit as they know what she's capable of. Kira Souza moves it up the field. Here comes Tenley Wynn. Sends it over, no one there. Along the near side, Caveney sends it into Hiller territory. Zoe Adams ready for it. Goes to the Hillers. Sent over. And swiped to the near side by Kelly. Out of play, sided Hillers. Mary Finnegan will put it into play. It goes to the Hillers. Good win there by Kara Souza. Along the end line. And it'll be Medfield possession. Along the near side, Fratellillo. Swiped back by Adams. Medfield looking to charge in. Crosby with it. And getting in front of her there was Kira Souza. And we're going to get a green card. It'll be on Cecilia Crosby, the junior. And that'll be a 2-minute penalty on Crosby, or she'll come out of the game for 2 minutes. And a nice takeaway there for the Hillers. Finnegan working the near sideline. Up against Caveney. Stays with the Hillers as we approach 9.5 left to go in the quarter. And a penalty corner opportunity for the Hillers. The Hillers, they would certainly love to net one here and get that cushion back. We'll see what they draw up. A crucial penalty corner opportunity. Sent in. Here's Adams. Moves it to Wynn. Wynn with the shot off the post. Stand out. Well, it was a nice try there by the Hillers. They were able to get that open shot, and it was just off the mark. Stays with Medfield. Here they come. Kloutman with it. Moves it up. Over to the far side. Sent out. Hillers trying to work it up the far side. They win the possession. Intercepted. With it, Fredolillo sends it back to, we got Emily Fredolillo and Annie in there. Fredolillo sisters. Certainly big contributors to this Medfield team. Sent in to Caveney. Along the far side. It'll be a side in for the Hillers. Wynn sends it in. And it's going Hiller way. Nice job there by Quebec drawing up the turnover. And that attempted pass by Finnegan, intercepted by Powell. Now a battle for it. Goes to the Hillers, closing in on 6.5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Hillers clinging on to a 2-1 lead. Vallis with it. Sends it over to Burke. Now with it is Crosby. Trying to cut across was Ava Thompson. And Medfield will have a penalty corner. And we're at just under 6 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Brooke Malmquist will send it in. Malmquist moves it in. Top of the circle and set wide by Crosby. Another good stand by the Hillers. This is where you gotta try to play a little keep away. Good turnover by Medfield as they quickly get it back. And they draw penalty corner. Well, Medfield just doing a great job at drawing up the contact. Where are we at now? I believe it's 10 penalty corners in the half for Medfield. Up top into the box. Battle for it. The lift and deflected away out in front. And they'll get another one. An 11th penalty corner of the half for Medfield. That was a good stop there by Curtin. Hard shot right on net, able to deflect it away. Brooke Malmquist set to inject it in. Up top, deflected off a defender. Medfield still working along the top of the attack zone. And they'll have another opportunity. 3 minutes, 18 seconds left. Can the Hillers continue to hold? Malmquist sends it in. Working along the top, into the box, and the Hillers get the possession. Quickly sent away by Adams, or that was Wynn rather, and Medfield intercepts, working along the far side. Sent back up by the Hillers. 2:45 here. You gotta just try to get the possession and play a little keep away. Certainly not going to be easy against this very talented Medfield team. It's gonna go Hillers' way here. We'll get a timeout on the field. 2:26 left to go. What a battle it's been in this cross TVL matchup between the Hopkinton Hillers and the Medfield Warriors. A 2-1 game, 2:26 left to go in the fourth quarter. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Field Hockey on HCAM. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
Two minutes, 26 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. A 2-1 Hillers lead. And they are just clinging on to this 1-point lead. Medfield has had 12 penalty corner opportunities in the second half, 8 of which came in the third quarter alone. And the Hillers have survived up to this point. We'll see if they can continue. Medfield trying to work their way into the attack area. And it's going to be Hiller possession. Along the far side, sent up. Vallis trying to come up with it. Stays with the Hillers. Under 2 minutes left. Good knock by Vallis. That's what you want to do, get it into Medfield territory. Warriors, they're going to be rushing up the field with authority. And that pass just a little too much in front of the intended target of Mavie Kelly. Along the far side, looking for Vallis. 1:17 and counting left to go. Stays with Medfield. And he certainly can't count out a possible Medfield long-distance shot. They are capable of it, especially with the likes of Mavie Kelly, who has a pretty good long-distance aim. Under a minute left. Battle for it. And it's going to be Hiller possession. I'll tell you what. This Hopkinton Hillers defensive play today has been absolutely sensational. Game's not over yet, but pretty unbelievable to keep this Medfield team at one point up to this point in the game. We'll see if they can grab the win. Along the sideline, Vallis swipes it out in front of the attack area now. 10 seconds left. And put out a play. And the play goes Souza. And that'll do it! The Hopkinton Hillers get the win! A huge 2-1 win over the Medfield Warriors. The Hillers able to hang on and get the victory. What a tremendous win by the Hopkinton Hillers. Some absolutely great defensive play. They survived a dozen penalty corners, literally a dozen in the second half alone. And a very impressive win by this Hillers team, who is now 5-4-1 on the season. Medfield, they fall to 7-2-1. But we will certainly be seeing both of these teams in the postseason, I would imagine. A great victory by the Hillers out there today, and I think that just has to show you how far this Hiller program has come this season. They were struggling early on, but in their last 4 games, they have produced 3 wins and a tie, and they are right in the mix for a TVL title and also a playoff spot. Pretty tremendous. A well-needed win for the Hillers. They get it here today as they take down the Medfield Warriors by a final score of 2-1. For John Ritz on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. That will do it for our coverage here tonight of Hopkinton Hillers varsity field hockey. A big thank you to all who watched today's broadcast, and we will talk to you again soon. Enjoy the rest of your night, and goodbye, everybody.